Welcome everybody to episode 33 of the effing title, and this week we are presenting to you the NFL Week 2 review and the NFL Week 3 preview. And as always, we have the other co-hosts of the channel. We have FFEJJr and ScratchyGolf. Scratchy, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. I know Jeff's still
Fantastic
listening
for
for
a
Charles
Wednesday.
here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to wait for Charles here. He hasn't responded. Nothing. But fantastic for a Wednesday night, guys. Fantastic. Drove all the way to Rochester today for 2 hours to get my wonderful, and I mean wonderful, Joshua Jacks. Actually, I heard they taste horrible, but it's really in the. I didn't buy them to eat. Let's just put it that way.
For all the people out there that aren't Bills fans, why don't you tell them what Josh Jacks are?
Well, Joshua Jacks are his cereal that they have made. He's partnered.
Nobody cares. Move on.
Nope, we're gonna do this. He partnered with Wegmans. I know to make it. That's who's carrying it, but he is actually not making any money off it. It's actually strictly proceeds to the Buffalo Children's Hospital. So, Rob, you can go fuck yourself. Okay? We're gonna shout it out here. Okay?
They'll make more money if they actually made real food.
All right.
Not really.
So, after the week 2 picks for last week, this is what the results look like. Scratchy taking a lead with 12-4 record. Me and Fedge at 11-5. So, that was the week 2 picks, which brings our total picks. I'm still in the lead at 23-9. Fedge is number 2 at 19-13, and Scratchy is climbing back from his terrible week 1 performance. He's now 18-14.
Don't call it a comeback.
That just means you still shouldn't listen to what he says.
So, week 2 review. Special teams are kind of back on track. That's kind of nice to see that all special teams aren't absolute dog trash 2 weeks in a row.
I mean, yeah.
You're back on track. You got to go to
missed a
Kansas
field
City's
goal that
kicker
cost them
first
winning,
off.
so.
Nah, they wouldn't have won that game anyway.
Yeah.
Talk about ice in your veins, though. What about Butker from Kansas City hitting 50-yarder in overtime to win the game? Not once,
Can we talk
not
real quick about
twice, but 3
mathematically
times.
how wouldn't they have won that game?
Rob, we're not going to talk about that. It's a completely different game. You know as well as I do that a field goal changes the way you play the game. It's always different.
Just saying.
The game's lost. It's over. Move on, bud. Okay, just keep going.
Unlike the first week, I thought there was very few surprises for week 2. I thought week 2 was just it felt like football was just back to being football, you know?
I mean, there were humongous surprises. How was everyone healthy in week 1 and no one stayed healthy in week 2?
Well, there was people hurt week 1 too. It's just they weren't as big of name.
No, but there was only one season-ending injury. There was about
exactly.
Season-ending injuries in week 2.
That reaches to my third point here, which is holy fucking injuries on my screen here.
You got to just blame that right on New Jersey, dude. It's all New Jersey's fault.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for their turf, then half the team wouldn't be injured for.
Yeah, I mean, elite athletes getting hurt. Elite athletes getting hurt on that field explains why no one on the Jets got hurt. Holy fucking comeback, Batman! And yet again, it's good to have football back. That's my few things. Yet again, I think it's good to have football back. Would be on every week.
I mean, really, the best thing is yes, football's back. It's not only on Sundays either. You got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Dude, it's all day. Let's go.
Exactly.
Might as well. It's even better. But I mean, at least we know the one thing's the same in 2020, guys. What's that?
Jets suck.
No, Atlanta can't finish a game to save their lives.
That too.
That's the most normalcy we've had in years. In months, guys. Seriously. Come on.
And we're...
God.
Rob, you got anything to go for week 2? Or
real quick before we get into this, you guys saw that stat?
Which one? The one that they blew their own biggest lead thing?
I'm talking about the teams that have scored that many points with 0 turnovers.
Oh, yeah. 400.
That's absurd.
499 or something.
Or something.
Yeah, it
was something stupid.
And there's one team now that like doesn't, and that's.
Good job, guys. Good job. Jeez.
Oh man.
Hey, but they have that really good nose tackle or whatever the fuck that person was talking about.
All right.
Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good D lineman or some shit. I don't know.
Fucking A.
All right.
So as you can see, we got all sorts of new little things down below that I did up for this week. First game, Thursday night. Tonight, we have Dolphins at Jags. I am picking the Jags.
Am I going next? Is that how we're doing this?
Either way.
I forget. I think that's how we did it. I am also going with the Jaguars.
Dolphins.
1-1, Rob. I like the start.
What's the score?
No, who gives a fuck? Let's go.
I was going to say
23-17.
23-17, all right.
If I will say this, if the Dolphins lose to a train, get ready, week 4.
All right, so my things.
You really think they're going to do that soon, though? That's my question.
They should.
So this is my.
Because the rest of your team, if you start 0-3, you know this, Jeff. NFL teams that start 0-3, I think it's like maybe 5% have made the playoffs. 0-3 is usually when teams quit, and you have a better chance to provide some sort of spark if you make a QB change. And that way, maybe you'll get those veterans to commit for another 2 weeks. Then if you're 2-3, different story, you got them all back. If you're 0-5, I mean, chalk it up. Your season's over.
I mean, you could say the same thing about 0-2. It's something ridiculous that if you start 0-2 in the season, it's like 88% of the time or something like that, you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrible. That's horrible. So, I mean, you could go both ways with that, but I don't think you go. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen Tua.
You're not going to see Tua on a short week, so you won't have that, but don't be surprised if week 4 you see the Tua train.
Also, I could only imagine that the offense would look a little bit different with Tua than with Fitz in there as well.
Yeah, more than a little bit, I'm going to say.
You'll see a lot of RPOs. It'll be very Joe Burrows-esque.
So I got Patriots, Bills, Jags in either of these teams. Can Fitzmagic actually come alive for all of them? All of the game. Continuing to grow and reload. It's interesting watching the Jags play. Every week I've watched the Jags play. I kind of like what I've seen, considering that we have no idea who half the fucking team is. And Fitzmagic continues to not get it going. Jags youth will win this game.
Yeah, I've got no reason to pick the Dolphins. I'm just doing it.
Fair enough.
I completely agree with you there, though, Colin, that the youth is going to win out here. I think, watching the Dolphins last week, besides CBS's mess up with
what are you talking about the youth? The Dolphins have had like 50 picks in the last 2 years.
Yes, they have. What I'm saying, if you look at the Jaguars roster, most of them are like 3-year guys and under. Rob, like almost like the entire thing. Like, they've gotten rid of so many fucking people, it's hard to, like, name half the fucking team.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't name. I watched the Pats play the Dolphins, and I still can't name half the fucking Dolphins roster.
Yeah.
I can't name 5
people.
people.
All you gotta do is go to Pats players, because that's where the majority of the teams are made up.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the ones I know. I don't know any others.
Exactly. So, therefore, they're not that young. Like,
going into this year, actually, these are the 2 youngest teams
mm-hmm.
in the NFL. Literally by age, they're the youngest 2 teams.
Makes sense.
But so I mean, it does. I mean, they're both in technically rebuilding. I mean, but it just with the Jaguars, Gardner Minshew has been looking really good for that team. I mean, he does throw picks here or there, gets a little reckless, but he's got that swagger that's bringing to him. And I really honestly think, I mean, Jaguars really don't have anyone necessarily that's going to slow down the Dolphins either. I think it's going to be a shootout. I think Rob even went a little low with the score, but I think the Jaguars are just going to be able to pull it out just because the Dolphins are going to be starting the rookie at Ogba, whatever, the first round draft pick they had this year.
Oh, yeah.
Byron Jones got hurt last week against the Bills, and it's not looking good this week for him to play. And the Jaguars have, honestly, they do have some pretty good weapons outside that Gardner can just pick out with them. So that's my reason for going. I don't think it's the defense.
You're underestimating the power of a Thursday night game, my friend.
Young
teams in short weeks usually means less scoring. Old teams, short weeks.
I think it's going to be tight, dude.
Nothing changes.
It's going to be worse because you got
the two youngest teams.
Yeah, I mean, you have the two youngest teams, but it's going to be worse because it's going to be defense not going to be able to communicate. Offense can continue to run their stuff, but if you got hurry up going on, you're going to run into there and just it's going to.
It gets really loud this time of year in Jacksonville Stadium.
Mm-hmm. I will say last thing on this one. The one thing I will say is I really like the Jags' undrafted rookie running back Henderson. Watching him run is fun.
Great uniforms.
All right,
we're spending too much time on garbage teams. Move on.
Whoa, sir.
Wasn't the problem for the Washington football team. Just throw it on there, go.
Okay, so moving on. We got the first of the Sunday games. We got Bears at Atlanta. Bears.
Yeah, I'm not ever picking the Falcons ever again.
No, guys, come on. You know the Falcons got to figure it out eventually. That offense is high-powered. You can see them putting up points. If the defense can figure it out, guess what? You're not playing Dak Prescott. You're not playing Amari Cooper. You're playing Mitch Trubisky. Atlanta will figure it out at home. They'll get the win here, guys. Come on.
Rob, what score are you going with? Because I can't listen to Jeff anymore for a moment.
Yeah. Bears 38-32.
38? Did you just say 38?
Yeah, well, they put up 30 last week, I think. Something like that.
Rob, give me how do you get 38 points? Got a couple safeties thrown in there.
5 touchdowns and a field goal, man.
I'm just kidding.
So
the Bears 32. I don't know where I came with 32.
The Bears are going to continue to find ways to win, and Trubisky continues to be the starter. 20 to nothing. 20 to fucking nothing. Anyone over Atlanta. Those are my three.
20 to nothing? What?
Wait, you're saying they're going to win 20 to
nothing?
No,
it was 20. It was 20 to nothing, and then they let the other team come back. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, we realize that.
Yes, I understand, but that's what I'm saying. That's my second point. My third point is anyone over Atlanta at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair? What?
The Falcons suck, dude.
They've put up Matt Ryan almost has 1,000 yards in 2 games, and they haven't won a fucking game.
Exactly.
It's a defensive issue.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a team issue.
It ain't gonna get better. How do you think that defense is getting better?
Teams have now seen oh look, if you do this, you can beat them. Let them throw for fucking 400 yards. We'll just do this. There's 2 back-to-back weeks showing that now. One of them was half the game.
I also think this is going to be the best defense that the Falcons are going to face yet. So I don't think they're going to put up 40 points like they have been. That's where I'm more relying is I don't think they're going to throw for all those yards against the Bears because I think this is the game where you see that Bears magic where they're going to have a couple defensive touchdowns.
Where the Bears just kind of shine.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Who's going to stop them?
Who's going to stop who?
Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley.
It doesn't matter. All you got to do is put up more points than them. Eventually, Matt will fuck up.
Khalil Mack.
I mean, yeah, there's that too.
That's the only one. Forget the other 10 players.
Matt
Mack will do it himself.
Matt Ryan can't complete the ball if he gets hit.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness gracious!
All right.
I can't believe you guys. I will never pick the Bears again.
I can't wait till you have a bad week this week, Jeff. I'm so pumped.
Rams at Bills. I am going Rams.
Wow. Dude, Colin, no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Let's go, Robert.
All right.
Robert, we are back together. Let's choose the Buffalo Bills, baby.
You're going to think I'm crazy. I think the Bills are going to start 8-1, 9-0, man. I think they're going to go on a tear. And the question's going to be, do they hit the wall? If they hit that wall, then I don't know how the season will end. But their schedule, I mean, it's favorable. They're tough games, but they're favorable matchups for them with the timing of everything.
This was a hard this was a hard one for me to choose, but I also need a score from you, sir.
Oh, I think the Bills. I think Josh Allen's in the zone right now. They're gonna put up 40 points. I think it's gonna be 45 to 28. It's gonna be a blowout.
All right, and Jeff, do I need to ask you?
I love this. I am going the Bills, and I'm going to give you a couple quick pieces why. Okay.
Okay.
You're getting Matt Milano and Tremaine Edmonds back in the middle of the field. If they did not come back, I would have picked this game differently. Okay. We got beat with the Dolphins last week in the middle of the field, and that's where it starts with those two. Huge. Second off, the Rams requested this game, okay? They requested this game from the NFL. Before COVID, before all this happened, they wanted to play over here on the East Coast against who they played last week, guys? Philadelphia Eagles. They wanted to spend the week over here and play the Buffalo Bills. But guess what? Because of COVID, they could not stay over here. They had to make the trip all the way back. You know how much that puts the lag on those legs. The Bills are going to come back at home on fire, and that's why they're going to get this done. Aaron Donald is still scary. Obviously, he's a wrecking ball in the middle. Double, triple, do whatever you got to do to stop that guy. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's gonna.
Hey,
that's my key to the Bills winning. It's just honestly, if it wasn't for I think it'd be a lot closer if it's not for the travel. And obviously the two linebackers come back in the middle, huge for the Bills, and I think it's gonna be closer than Rob thinks, but I think the Bills win this one for sure.
You want to know why I say it's a blowout? For some reason, when West Coast teams come out east and they play those 1:00 games, it's really a morning game for them, and it really fucks with them, and they play really slow to start. They normally
100%.
always start slow, and they'll score points in the second half. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, the Bills' defense being healthy again will, unless the Rams can run those jet sweeps all game. Like,
guys, and it comes back to what I've been saying too. I mean, as long as Dable and the offense put the pedal down in that second half, they can continue to do it. The Bills will go in with a halftime lead. It's depending if they get complacent with a halftime lead. And I was telling you guys the other day, don't just run this ball out. Go for the jugular. Throw the ball, and what do? They hit Josh Allen for a touchdown and eventually win the game last week.
They hit Josh Allen for the touchdown?
Or we hit John Brown.
Threw it to himself.
Hit John Brown touchdown.
Josh Allen drops back.
So I'm expecting.
He runs under the ball. He catches the ball.
So this was one of the harder games for me to pick this week. I expect a week 1 type game from the Rams where it's going to be stretch, just fucking with the linebackers. Stretch, the play action rollout off it, the play action screen off it, a lot of motion, just fucking with the linebackers. Because if they're
hard to do that when the Bills play zone.
I agreed, but I still agree. I still think they're going to do it though. You know.
I'm just going to say the Cowboys' defense is not comparable to the Bills.
Oh, of course not. But
it's really easy to do against teams that play man-to-man. Teams that play zone, really effing tough.
The Bills are really fun to watch right now. And I love the fact that they're trusting Josh Allen. I think I was saying it to Jeff. There was someone on one of the channels that was like, are they going to put it in the hands of Josh Allen to end the game? I guess they are. I don't know why they would though. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, you're dumb. Like, yes, put the ball in his hand. Like, you know,
let it go.
I think this is going to be a great chess match. I think this is just going to be a fun game to watch all around, and I'm actually excited for this. But yeah, no, I'm going with Rams just because I think that there's too much firepower on the Rams offense. That's how I'm gonna put it.
Okay.
Like I said, if the Bills win, awesome. Like, but
I think I'm gonna blow you guys out this week. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling.
He has one good week. Guys, and then he's, you know. Okay, so now we got Washington, the Washington football team, because Rob loves hearing it fully out now, and the Cleveland Browns. I'm going Washington.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. And I'm going 24-16.
24-16. All right. I got Washington got destroyed by arguably one of the top 3 teams in the NFC last week, but they showed some life late in the game. The Browns got into a shootout with the Bengals. I think Washington's going to come in hungry, and that D-line is ready to eat. Like that, I think that D-line is going to fucking terrorize Baker this whole game.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask me this a couple of years ago, I would not have said this, but you're essentially giving the Browns a poor man's Kyler Murray right now. He can't run. He looks lost back there, honestly. And that's just the thing that gets me. I didn't think the Washington football team D-line was for real. And then, I mean, they're putting up. Putting up, dude. Chase Young's leading that, as a rookie, is just coming in and making a huge impact. And Baker Mayfield can't do anything without play action. Can't do play action without running the ball. Guess what? Washington's not going to allow you to run the ball. Sorry, Cleveland. Don't stand a chance in this one. Sorry.
There is one concern I have for the Washington football team, and that's their offensive lineman Brandon Scherf was just placed on the IR.
Oh,
so that is a concern, especially with
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett coming off the edge, but
they actually were playing Myles inside last week. Surprisingly,
I think they've been moving him around because when he played against Baltimore, he played outside, but then on certain downs they did move him inside. So I think they're just kind of moving him around, trying to find mismatches, like that sort of thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, if they did do that. It's a smart thing to fucking do.
Yeah, honestly, the thing that gets me is more of Haskins. I mean, it could be, related to the offensive line, but his accuracy seems to be a little off, especially last week. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say that. Like it just, like I said, they got quote unquote destroyed last week. But late in the game, you saw him you saw the Dwayne Haskins that we kind of saw in college, where he's sitting there, he's hitting people are getting open, he puts the ball on them, and it's like cool, you can do it at the end of the game when you're already fucking lost the game. Can you do it for an entire game though, bro? Like we need to see this. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Titans at Vikings. Titans.
This one's honestly one of the tougher ones to me. But I'm going to go with the Vikings on this one. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
All right.
Yeah, Titans 34-10.
Oh, wow.
So,
hey, you know why? The Titans are a better Colts team, and the Colts just won 28-11.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
The Vikings have proven they can't stop a damn cold. They've given up 43 and then 28. That's the same team that lost to the fucking Jaguars. Okay, and it's just
nothing wrong with the Jaguars, dude.
No, you'll see on Thursday night.
I love the fact that we're all three of us. I feel like we're not huge Tannehill fans. I feel like I can confidently say that. But what they're doing offensively is they're being pretty dominant right now this season. So, I mean, they're just going to continue that. The Vikings got embarrassed last week. The whole team is suspect now to me. No one on that team, I'm going to say, yeah, he's good. Whole team suspect. The Titans are going to run, throw, and fake plays all over the place, and they're going to win this game.
I'm going with, this is obviously my upset of the week. I feel like, everyone and their mother's going to be picking Tennessee this week, but I feel like as a football player, as a man, when I just get my shit pushed in, you come back hungrier. The Vikings know, and I'm going to go back to Rob's statement earlier. I mean, if you go 3-0, or 0-3, you're essentially eliminating yourselves. This is a bigger game for the Vikings than it is for the Titans. You're going back home. Typically, Kirk comes out after a poor performance, and that was absolutely poor. Probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a quarterback. Stephon Diggs had more receiving yards than the whole Vikings offense. Team, right? So I feel like this is a get right game. I'm not saying the Vikings are anything special. I think it's one of those that you're fighting for your season right here. You have a lot more urgency on that team than you are going to have with the Titans. I am concerned with Derrick Henry just running all over him because they've been run all over, but I think that defense gets it right.
So here's the question, because I honestly don't know the answer to this. Did they re-sign Kirk Cousins to a long deal recently? Does anyone know that right now?
I think so.
Because honestly, like I don't feel like the Vikings have had this is the guy for a while. They've had lots of other guys like, oh, this is the guy, and then 2 years in, it's like, nope, he's not the guy. Never mind. You know what? We had Ponder, Bridgewater, Cousins.
Yeah, he's currently signed through 2022, so he's got 2 more years.
Yeah.
So what you probably were hearing is, or like you remember hearing, is they turned a lot of it to a straight signing bonus or something, just to move around money, so they actually had it.
Yep, that's it.
I suppose it's probably what you end up hearing.
All right, so we have this one. I feel like it's going to be interesting. We got the Raiders at the Patriots. I am going to go with the Raiders.
You guys are putting some tough ones in this week, huh?
Like I said, dude, this was a weird one, bro. Like,
I don't care who's at quarterback. It could be Cam Newton. It could be I don't care. They don't even need quarterback. Let's put it this way: Vegas is riding off a high. I think I told you about this. I'm gonna go with the Patriots on this, and then I'll explain more. I'm going Patriots. Patriots. Sorry,
Rob.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots just because I think them knowing that they're gonna run the ball is gonna be enough to stop it. I think teams that are balanced and teams that are truly balanced and teams that have a mobile quarterback are teams that give the Patriots fits. But if you have just a normal pocket passer who can really only successfully throw when you have a good run game, then normally they eat those teams alive. So I think the Pats are going to win this one. I think it's going to be probably 24-10, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
He's picking some blowouts this week.
Yeah, he is. When I was watching the highlights for the Raiders Saints game, it literally just looked like the Raiders offense could do nothing wrong. It felt like watching it. It looked a lot different than what I've seen of that offense. You know what I mean? Like, it just like they were hitting throws, they were hitting guys, people were getting open, receivers, Zay Jones making fucking crazy plays. They had, not only did they have Josh Jacobs running, but they had Richard or Ricard. I thought it was Ricard, but they said is it Richard? Okay, you had him running wild as well. Now, mind you, this next one is the Patriots D looked suspect last week. Mind you, as well, it's against probably, arguably, the best team in the NFL right now. In the Seahawks.
I told you though, that's because it's a mobile QB.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said.
The Patriots are a man-to-man football team. As soon as you have a mobile quarterback, they can't play man anymore.
Pats look good, but I don't think they're stopping the Raiders off that win when they're in the locker room celebrating like they just won a Super Bowl.
And that right there is great. I'm glad you just did that. That's the issue right there. Mm-hmm. That's a team that doesn't know how to win. And that's the issue. They just went into. I mean, yes, it's a huge game.
At
your place, you went in and just celebrated like you won the frickin'
Super Bowl. Which is weird when you also think about it. Like, this part I just thought about. It's weird when you think about that as well, because it's Gruden that was the main one celebrating.
He was the main one hyping it up, and he wants to hype up his team. That's great. Be that coach, but guess what? Now you got to go from Vegas, and I'm going to do it again. You're coming cross country, and you got to play the Patriots. What's Bill Belichick special at? Shutting down one player. Josh Jacobs gets shut down. That offense does not. Derek Carr is not winning games for you. He will not. Derek Carr is a game manager. Derek Carr can do well out of the play action. If you give him a pocket, he can throw. The Patriots will get after him this game, and the Raiders, it's not going to work for them this week. Sorry, guys. Yep. Cam Newton is fun in New England. Bill Belichick even smiles. Whoever thought that was going to happen?
Yes, that's true.
Bottom line is, Cam Newton looked great last week. Couldn't be stopped except for the two plays.
Except for
the one time it mattered. That's besides the point. What did he do? He threw the ball for 300 yards?
Something like that, yeah.
397.
Yeah, it was.
397.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah. So 397. And the problem is Seattle could not get to him. Who's Vegas going to have that's going to get to Cam Newton?
Yeah.
And the problem is, once you get to Cam Newton, guess what? You got to bring him down. He's not going down. He's not. Patriots by 100.
Hey, that's my wild one.
That's coming from a Bills fan.
All right, now we move to 49ers at Giants. I'm going Niners.
Giants. Rob?
49ers.
What's the score looking like?
Hold on one sec. I would say probably... I don't know, actually. Both teams just got crushed with injuries.
100%.
That's why I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, I don't know who's starting for the Giants. Like or for the 49ers. Dan Mullen's is terrible. And if he's starting, then...
hopefully it's not Dan.
Yeah.
Chris, I don't know. What's his real name? I don't fucking know.
Nick, yeah, Nick.
Nick, well, Dan's probably a better bet.
Rob, exactly. Quick question here, Rob.
You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Giants.
Thank you. Nick Bosa, Solomon Thomas, Jimmy G, Tevin Coleman, Rasheed Mostert. Is George Kittle playing? If Kittle's playing, no, they still don't have a chance. No.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Giants 21-17.
I like it.
Because I also don't really know how the Giants are going to score without Saquon. But
well, that's my thing.
Scoring without Saquon. Saquon sucked the first 2 games. So
I was going to say, they look good against the Steelers. Sorry, Colin, last second. Go. They look good against the Steelers without Saquon doing anything. I mean, Saquon had, 12 rushes for 10 yards? Some stupid number. They still put up points there. I mean, isn't Richard Sherman out too? Who are they going to stop him on the back end? I mean, that's just that defense is hit with injuries.
That's the thing. It's like who isn't hurt for the fucking Niners? That's the first thing that I've written. Who isn't hurt for them? But I think that the biggest question is it isn't who isn't hurt. It's who is their depth players now. Like who are the guys who are stepping in? And it's one of those things. Like will they run the ball more? I mean, fuck, we saw it against the Packers. How many times did Jimmy G throw the ball?
With who?
With fucking anyone. That's what I'm saying, Rob. That's what I'm saying is like, can their depth prove it? Because guess what? We're saying about a full team being injured versus the Giants who have sucked 2 weeks in a row and they have Barkley injured.
Well, hey. They didn't suck against the Steelers.
Barkley's injured. That's it.
Barkley had 6 yards in the first game.
Yes, and guess who's injured? Barkley.
Who cares?
I'm picking a full injured team versus a team that has just one player injured. The Niners are going to run.
You're crazy.
The ball away. They're going to run it away.
One player.
Who else is injured for the Giants?
10 of them for you.
On the Giants?
What?
On the Giants.
Colin, who are you picking?
I'm picking the Niners. I already said that.
That's what I'm saying. So you just said they only have one injury.
No. I said no. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm picking a full injured team versus a team that only has one injured player.
I don't get it.
And that's your issue. That's your issue.
Oh, I'm saying that the Niners' backups are better than the Giants' starters right now.
Not true. The Giants did also lose Shepard this week.
Who?
Sterling.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting you know. Okay?
Yeah, because he's done well for him, too.
Sterling? What's wrong with him? Why are you bashing all my people?
Rob just said who.
Oh, my goodness. Rob, are you serious right now?
No, I'm making a point. Because who?
I hate you both. His problem is he can't stay healthy. But anyway,
I don't think Daniel Jones can beat someone. He hasn't proven it yet.
The NFL screwed teams over, guys. Who did the Niners play last week, Colin?
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, who did they play?
The Jets.
There we go.
Colin, where was the game last week?
It was in, yep, I see where you're getting at now.
Oh,
yep.
Where's the game going again this week?
Yep.
They were complaining about the turf last week, complaining this week. Come on. They got to cost crunchy again, guys. Oh, they're doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the same situation.
And guess what? It's the same. It's basically the same team, just in a different conference. Therefore, the 49ers win.
No. Giants are a lot better team than the Jets.
I wouldn't say a lot better. I wouldn't say a lot better, but yeah, they're better. But basically, it's still the same thing. No.
Giants are lost without Jimmy, or the 49ers lost without Jimmy G running.
Bengals at Eagles. Go on, Bengals.
Whew.
Love the pick.
I don't know on that one. That's a tough one. Come back to me. Sorry.
That's fine. Rob?
2 seconds.
I'm taking the Bengals. In Burrows, I trust.
In Burrows, I trust. Score?
Ooh, now you got me.
Okay, you want me to give my 3 points while you guys are thinking of everything?
No, I got the Eagles on this.
Huh?
Eagles.
You're down.
Thank you.
I'll give my 3 points, then Rob can give his score. Give him some time to think about it. Week by week, I think the Bengals have been improving, and Burrows is showing that he can that he can do it in the NFL with a team that technically is like at the bottom of the league. When he, just had old first round and second round picks on his team. The Eagles got booed off the field with no fans.
That's not possible.
It is, though. They played it through the speakers on third down. Third down, they missed the completion. They played a booing sound when the Eagles, right after it.
That's because they got fair weather fans. That's not anything.
It's still, that proves the whole thing, though, is that there's no fans and they got booed off the field. That proves everything. Bengals get first win. Wentz gets benched, and it hurts. Like what I did there, Jeff? You like that? Like that?
I see what you did there. But you're wrong. The Bengals defense is trash. Trash. Can't stop the run. Miles Sanders runs wild. Goddard, Ertz, Sean Jackson, give me any of them, guys. They're having big days. Carson Wentz can win the games he's supposed to at this stage. That's all he has to do. The offensive line is getting better. They played well last week.
Wait. What? But who did Carson Wentz and this team though lose to in week 1? The Washington football team. That's right.
To 2 rookies on the right side of the offensive line, to a third-string running back.
Who'd they lose to last week?
Sounds like a lot of excuses.
Who'd the Eagles lose to last week? To the Rams? Oh, sorry. There's nothing you can really do there. And he still ran over. I mean, Miles Sanders played well. Carson Wentz threw for almost 250.
Enough.
I mean,
Bengals 35, Eagles 24.
God, this is gonna be great when I take a runaway lead in this week.
This week's gonna be fucking wild, no matter what. We're all over the fucking place with our picks. I love it. Rob, you got anything to add?
No, there's nothing to add. You guys are speaking nonsense. The Eagles are a bad football team. End of story.
Texans at Steelers.
Texans.
You're dumb.
All right, we'll see who's laughing. We'll see.
What's the score?
28-17.
28-17?
Yeah.
So Texans go from playing one of the best secondaries in the NFL to playing one of the best front sevens in the NFL, and that offense is going to continue to struggle because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Steelers look like they've like they always do. They play well, they fuck up once, and their defense plays lights out for the majority of the game. Back-to-back weeks playing high-level defense, Texans can do it.
I agree. I mean, the thing is, Big Ben doesn't have to go out there and do it all anymore. I mean, that defense can stifle an offense with the best of them. I mean, it's just, like you said, the Texans look lost on offense. They're hurting more losing Hopkins than anyone probably thought they would. And I thought he'd get the ball spread around more, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you can't protect up front, and that's one of the best things about the Steelers. James Conner was back last week healthy. Rob's going to be like, oh, well, they almost blew a game to Drew Lockless Broncos last week. Okay,
can I ask you guys a question?
Go again.
Both of you just said the Steelers' defense looks fantastic and great and all this stuff. I want to ask the question because we've asked it to a bunch of these. Who the fuck have they played?
If you're going to try and say that the Texans are like better than half the teams they've played so far, I don't know about that there, Chief. Last week they played the Broncos.
Yeah, the Texans have played the two best teams in football.
Yeah, and the Texans are quote unquote supposed to be one of the best teams in football. They played the Giants week 1, they played the Broncos in week 2.
Yeah, so they haven't been anybody yet.
It doesn't.
So stop telling me how good their defense is until they play someone who's an actual team.
Okay, then. Okay, tell us when they do then, because they're not doing it this week.
Well, then I expect a full apology when the Steelers lose, and I want you to say we were wrong.
No.
Well, how are the Texans? Okay, even if you say their defense isn't going to slow down the Texans' offense, who's going to stop the Steelers' offense?
I didn't say that. You guys just said the Steelers' defense is the greatest.
I'm just asking. Either way. I mean, the Steelers. You can't argue the Steelers' defense isn't good.
I'm not. I'm just saying you're blessed. You're giving them the title way too quickly. They have not played a single team that's good. Broncos are one-dimensional. The Giants, it was opening night.
Okay, and the Texans are what?
Again, that's my point. So when the Texans win, I want you to say, I was wrong. The Steelers were very overrated.
No.
It doesn't matter because the Texans aren't going to win. Next point.
I gotta go let my dogs out.
Who let the dogs out? Rob. Who let the dogs out? Rob.
All right, I'm going to get into the next one, and then we can get Rob called back up when he gets back. Jets at Indianapolis. I am going Indianapolis. I'm going Colts.
Colts? I mean, it's not even close, dude. Jets are a dumpster fire. It's horrible. You almost feel bad for the franchise, but you don't because I'm a Bills fan.
Yeah, I mean, Rivers didn't fuck up too much last week. Taylor ran for over 100. The defense got 3 interceptions. Kind of easy claps at that point once you have those 3 things.
See, my only thing with this game is that the Jets' front 7 is pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not great. But the Colts have one of the best offensive lines in football. It's going to depend a lot. I think it's going to be a close game either way, just because I don't trust Phillip Rivers. I really don't anymore. I thought he was going to have a great year with Frank Reich and Indianapolis, but he's making dumb decisions. His arm looks like freaking Chad Pennington out there that can't throw. It's horrible. But I think they're going to win in the trenches, and the defense is going to start. I mean, the Jets can't do anything on offense. Colts have enough defensive power to stifle them, and they're just going to win a low-scoring game. That's if Rob goes the other way on this, oh man, come on.
He probably will.
Yeah.
He probably would just to prove us wrong.
Frank Gore, sorry, just isn't looking. He's looking old.
I feel like the Colts won't fuck up as much as the Jets, therefore they win. Like
bottom line, yeah. Yep, I agree.
Jets Colts, Rob.
Who cares?
Thank you, Dana, for the host. I forgot to turn the sound off of that.
It's gonna be the Colts, probably. I guess. Maybe.
Probably.
Because the Jets are terrible.
So I have a random question. If the Jets were to play the Houston Roughnecks, could they pull off that upset?
Yeah. There's nothing better than NFL football. That's going the same thing. Worst team in NFL playing college football team. You're not going to win the game.
That was the very first thing that I thought of when I wrote stuff. That was my thing that I was going to say.
You're not going to win the game. No, it's
Rob,
NFL team over anyone.
Sorry, say that.
What?
What did you say, Colin?
I said, what's your score?
What's the score?
Oh,
In this dumpster fire of a game, what's the score for the dumpster fire?
Let's go 28-14.
28-14, gotcha. All right, now let's move off of that, for fuck's sake. Panthers at Chargers. I'm going Chargers.
This could also be just.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers too.
Are we all doing it?
I think Matt Rule gets his first win.
Oh my goodness!
He would fucking do that here. Makes fun of us for 2 weeks about it. What's the score, Rob?
I think 31-28.
Oh, so a close one. I like it, though. Okay. I like that. I don't trust the Panthers and Bridgewater, and now there's no McCaffrey. Tank for Trevor or start PJ. The Chargers lost to the Bengals. They almost beat the Chiefs. Is Herbert the real deal? I'm saying the Chargers get their first win with a rookie before Rule gets his first one.
This is the first week where Herbert's actually going to prepare and teams are actually going to be able to prepare for him. So I think he's going to have a rocky game.
See, that was one of the things I was thinking about as well.
That's the only reason why I'm picking the Panthers.
That was one of the reasons. That was one of the things I put it from the Chiefs one later. I was just like, my main thing that I wrote there was like, I don't think the Chiefs were at all ready for Herbert. I don't think Herbert was ready for Herbert. I don't think anything was ready for Herbert at that point, you know?
So there's a lot of adrenaline going in at that time, which is, you get your first start in the big leagues and just going that. But I don't care who's starting for the Chargers. I think they win that one. I mean, obviously, it's horrible news about Tyrod Taylor, but the Chargers can run the ball, guys. The Chargers with Kelly and Eckler, and they can run the ball. And then you got Keenan Allen I don't even think have they even thrown balls together before? Like, they were not missing a beat.
I was gonna say you got to give the rookie credit for being like, okay, who's the guy that I can trust throwing the ball to, tight end or Keenan Allen?
Exactly.
Keenan Allen.
He used them, guys. He used the tight ends. He used Keenan Allen.
He played smart.
I'd like to see him get a little bit of Mike Williams in there too on some deep balls, but dude, the Rook looked good.
Yeah,
the Rook looked good. I am not a believer in the Panthers defense at all right now.
No.
I don't know what's going on there down with Matt Rule, but I think he's been hanging out at Baylor too long. Didn't think you have to play defense. You can't win games like that, buddy. I was a big Matt Rule fan going in this year. Let him go 2-0. Not again, Matt. Not again.
I think every team that Jeff picked to go 2-0 so far that hasn't, I have picked to win this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you may have actually, Rob. Now that I'm thinking about it. You're going against me, Rob. Rob just waited 2 weeks. He's like, that was his whole plan. It's like, I'm going to wait for a little bit. I'm going to wait.
This is going to happen this week, guys.
And then I'll fucking do it.
No, come on, guys. You can't take a Christian McCaffrey out of an offense and expect to win. Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that's the thing.
I actually think that's why they're going to win, because I think they're going to need to rely on a lot of other players.
It'll be interesting. It's an interesting slate of games this week. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, no. I mean, this next one, this is the big one. You ready for this? We got Lions at Cardinals, like big Cardinals.
Yeah,
big how?
Big. Cardinals are going to win by a shit ton.
Cardinals are winning.
Wait! You can hear the sarcasm when I said sorry.
I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think, though.
Well, what does Rob think it's gonna be?
I think it's going to be 24-17.
24-17. I'm going to say I like that guess with Rob. I think it's going to be a closer game. I mean, you're getting Galladay back this week, finally, for that team. You're getting a little bit of push from Adrian Peterson. Swift got a little bit of action last week. You got Carrion getting in there. I think Galladay is the key. I mean, obviously, still going with the Cardinals. I mean, I don't think their defense has anyone to shut down Kyler Murray running the ball. Kyler Murray throwing to Larry or Christian Kirk looked real good last week. And obviously, I mean, what are you going to do to stop Hopkins? I mean, what? First off, you can't stop him. You can hopefully stifle him, but you're not going to be able to do that either. I mean,
well, no, so one of the things we know the Lions can move the ball, right? We've talked about that before. We know the Lions can score. We've talked about that before. But can the Lions actually put away a team? That's the big question right now. Like, can they actually do it? Can they put away a team? And, if the 49ers and the Washington football team can't stop the Cardinals, do we really think the Lions will? Like, I mean, I just...
Who's on the Lions coaching staff, by the way?
Matt Patricia.
That's literally
who's the coordinators? Anyone?
No clue what it looks.
Who cares? Because when Matt Patricia starts 0-4, they're going to care. He does not make it through this season. There's no way he can make it through this season.
I mean, I agree with you there.
I hate to see it, but
so his offensive coordinator is Darrell Bevel, and his defensive coordinator is Corey Undlin.
All right, gotta let my dogs in, then we're good.
All right.
Darrell Bevel will get the shot. I could see that happening.
The OC, yeah, I could see that. I'm looking at the rest of the staff just to see if there's any other, because you know as well, there's sometimes where there's like one random ass like coordinator that like.
That's my thing is I hate to see it with Matt, but
well, and like what was like.
Leon Washington.
Yeah, I just saw Leon Washington. That's what I was about to say, and then I stopped myself. Frank Haley. No, it's just it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the thing. It's the Rex Ryan thing, right? Good defense coordinator, not a good head coach. You know, it's just. And there's a few of those guys that we can point to where it's like they kicked ass as a coordinator, but God, don't let them fucking coach a team.
It's not always just defensive coordinators. It's offensive coordinators too.
True. Yeah. I mean, Freddie Kitchens.
You know what a big one is? It's a big one. And they're gonna feel it next year. Whoever takes them over, it's gonna be the Jets, and they're gonna feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Josh McDaniels. It's going to. Rob already called it. It's going to happen, and I can see it happening. Josh McDaniels, I don't think is a good head coach. I don't. He's great offensive coordinator. Can't complain. He's great with building building offensive schemes around his weapons he has. Or a lot of times recently, lack thereof. He's great at it.
Yeah.
He's not a good head coach.
True.
Not a good head coach.
I mean, shit. I mean, we can also go to Matt Nagy.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
I mean, like let's go to the big one. Like, you know, it's like did well with the Chiefs, gets a shot at the Bears, and like, yeah, they had one good season. They've had one very bad season, and now they're having.
Who was the dude that won the Super Bowl with the Bears?
Mike
I was also not a fan. No, that him too.
Sexy Rexy.
Oh, I just had it right before Rob. Oh my goodness. We already talked about him. What?
What?
No, we were just talking about how
McMahon.
No, we're talking about how coordinators can't transfer to head coaches a lot of times.
And it's going to be seen next year.
Was it Lovey?
Prediction. Lovey, that's what I was talking about.
There we go.
That's what I was talking about. He was a decent head coach, not great.
Yeah, he was decent at losing.
Okay, great coordinator.
He was decent at losing.
No, we're talking about Josh McDaniels going to the Jets, like you've already said. But it's a big mistake. Josh McDaniels is not a head coach.
He won't go to the Jets.
He's not. Why? He's going to do a reverse Belichick.
Ooh.
And be like, F you.
All right, so we got.
He's gonna go to Cleveland when Cleveland sucks this year and they draft Trevor Lawrence.
Cleveland is not going to fire the coach again. They can't.
Yeah.
If for three, no one's taking that job.
Seattle, 38-24.
The fuck are you talking about? We're not even talking. No, we're on Buccaneers Broncos.
Where'd he get Seattle? Where'd he just come out like Seattle, 38-24? Rob, what the fuck
Colin's been following. So the schedule I have up here, Colin's been following to a T.
Really? Have I?
You skipped Tampa Bay, Denver, and went to Detroit, Arizona. So the next one down is Dallas, Seattle.
I got Tampa, Denver on my list next.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I have it written down. I have that one, the one that's down that everyone can see on the screen if you're watching. That one's from Yahoo that I fucked around with and made so it's an actual like image. But I have my own list like written on my page over here. So we're going Buccaneers Broncos. I'm going Bucks.
I gotta go the Buccaneers.
Bro, week 3 might be the worst fucking week to do, like to pick.
Buccaneers 31-14.
Apparently not for Rob. Fuck me. Like, what was it? 21-14.
This isn't our game to pick.
31-14.
Dude, you got Jeff Driscoll at quarterback.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like Brady's trying to.
Portland Sun. You got Jeff Driscoll as quarterback. Brady's gonna have his day with the defense.
Yeah, I mean, Brady's like he looks like he's actually like the chemistry is starting to.
Back this week.
Yeah, the chemistry is starting to build with Brady and the team. The defense looks good. Jeff Driscoll, like, no. And the worst part with the Driscoll thing was it looked like Drew Lock was kind of like starting to show a little something.
He was. He looked good. He did.
And then this happens. I mean,
I mean, you can honestly say that they're one of the most hard-hit teams silently with injuries.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, they had Von Miller, Cortland Sutton, their starting right tackle, Juwan James went out. Drew Lock obviously now. Philip Lindsay's out. AJ Boye's still out. I mean, that's tough all around.
Well, I mean, it's
side of the ball or anything.
And that's the thing is, like, you look at that team. That team's been hurt so much by that, but and it's like the Niners. Like, we all expect a lot from the Niners, but the Broncos is not really.
Yeah, John Elway, get out of the office, dude. Get
Agreed.
rid of him.
Agreed.
Get rid of him. Sorry, that was my. Oh my goodness.
Rob, anything?
No, this game's not difficult to pick.
Fair enough.
Agreed.
Cowboys at Seahawks.
Man.
Go Hawks.
Yeah,
guys, but the Cowboys are coming off a big win.
That's good.
Big win.
Against who?
Falcons. What did we say? We were talking about this, Rob.
Yeah, who cares?
No, we're picking the Seahawks.
Seahawks across the board. Rob, what do you think of a score for this?
I already told you, 38-24.
It's gonna be high scoring.
Why is he yelling at me again?
I don't know. He did already say it, though. I'll give him that.
He did. Okay, I didn't. I honestly, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Didn't. Oh, right. Yeah, he already said it. Yeah. I'm supposed to remember that from fucking 2 picks ago. Going toe to toe with the Rams, huge comeback versus the Falcons. But Oakland, Seattle, Jesus fucking Christ. Can the Cowboys do that? Can they mix the two of them this week? Can they have a comeback and go toe to toe with Seattle? Can anyone stop Russell Wilson, though, is the better question. Again, no, it's another great game this weekend, and it's just like, I don't. If you can't stop Matt Ryan, I mean, you can stop Matt Ryan, cool. You can stop Jared Goff. No. Russell's.
The thing you got to realize is no one's stopping Russell Wilson except his own players. Mm-hmm. That was the worst drop I've ever seen in my life. The ball's a little high. You got to catch that though, and it goes to pick 6. Russell Wilson has. That was the
craziest fucking thing seeing that, because like, of course, going to Greg Olsen as well. Like old man Olsen, you just expect him to catch it, right? Like.
Yeah. And it goes boom. And there it goes. Oh, dude, I think it's something crazy. So Russell Wilson, I think, has thrown 11 incompletions this year. He has 9 touchdowns.
Fucking
9 touchdowns and 11 incompletions. Come on, guys.
That's absurd.
This guy's unstoppable. It's just
and one of them shouldn't have been an incompletion.
Oh, exactly. Even if it wasn't, I mean, it's just and it should be 9-0. I mean, obviously he has the 1 pick now, but it should have been 9-0.
Yeah.
So.
I'm still saying that there needs to be a different stat for an interception that's like that.
Someday they'll come up with that.
I fucking hope so, bro. Because
it's a runaway. The Cowboys' defense is a sieve. Look what Matt Ryan did. Yeah. Russell Wilson's gonna do that. Russell Wilson's gonna run on him. He's gonna do what he wants to.
I mean, like that's my thing.
Fantasy
is like
tidbit here, guys. If you have anyone on Seattle, play him.
Yeah, I mean, but like that's the thing. Is like, it's like, if Matt Ryan tears him up and Jared Goff tears him up, what the fuck's Russell Wilson gonna do? Like
exactly.
All right, so now we're moving on to the Sunday night game, which you can catch here exclusively on the Husky Nation channel. Play-by-play, no footage, the entire Sunday night game, right here, 8 o'clock.
You're doing Sunday night this week?
Yeah, I always do Sunday night.
Come on, man. Are we doing Sunday, Monday feature here?
I'm not sure yet. People have asked me to do it, but I don't know yet.
We got to. This is a big game Monday night.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought it was a Friday, Sunday, Monday feature.
Well, that was one of the things I was going to get to after when we were fully done, Rob. Okay, I was going to drop that new bombshell on everyone, because a lot of people may not know about that one.
We'll talk about that later then. Let's pick this game. Saints-Packers. What do we got?
Packers at Saints. I'm going Pack.
It's a tough game.
It's a good pick, Colin.
But we're going to go with the Saints.
Packers in a blowout.
A blowout?
Blowout, he says.
Blowout.
Blowout.
Blowout. What are we thinking for blowout?
45-23.
Jesus. Yeah, no, after watching the Saints struggle so much against Oakland or Vegas, that's going to be weird to say. Just
Good
watching,
thing you caught it because I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, just watching them struggle against that team. Like, how are they going to compete against the Pack, which is like arguably one of the best teams in the NFC?
Because of a guy named Sean Payton.
See,
Sean Payton can figure it out.
That's the thing, though. Is I think that Sean Payton is in over his head right now with this whole Taysom Hill thing.
Perfectionist. Perfect. I don't care. Play Taysom Hill. Play whoever you want. They will figure it out in New Orleans. They always do. You can't figure it out in the playoffs. So that's besides the point. But why do you guys have so much faith in Green Bay? They gave up 34 points to the Vikings, which you guys were shitting on the Vikings earlier.
Yes, but you watched that game. That was not a close 34. That was garbage time points.
I know, so that was week 1, where everything went fucking crazy.
Come on, guys. And then they still let up 21 points from a Galladay-less Lions.
Okay. Well,
what was the score of that game at the half?
Half?
Yep.
17-14?
So what was the score if you just take the second half?
25-7?
Exactly. Because that's what they've done every game so far is the second half, they dominate people.
Also, the other thing is that,
dominate.
And Jeff, you're the one who said this. You said Drew Brees hasn't thrown a pass over how many yards was it in that game?
20 yards.
He looked bad throwing the ball. He looks really bad.
Done that, Colin?
Who?
Chad Pennington. He doesn't play anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? Drew Brees looked like Chad Pennington. I don't know if he was, now that you say that. I don't think he was.
Did you miss that?
I think he missed that.
Out of the blue, dude?
I'm throwing that out of the blue.
Wow.
That's awesome. I just compared Phillip Rivers to Chad Pennington earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious. That's a really good comparison.
He missed it because he was doing
letting in or out. Rob's letting the dogs out. What? But I don't care, dude. I mean, you still got one of the most talented running backs in the game in Alvin Kamara. It's going to be nice. I just want to see Alvin Kamara and Aaron Jones line up against each other. Awesome for those two.
Last year when they were using Taysom Hill here and there every now and then, it was like, okay, cool, they're doing this to fuck with teams, so now they have to spend extra time, basically preparing for it. But this season, it feels like it's 25% of the fucking offense most of the time now. I don't know. I feel like Saints are trying to do too much. And like I said, Drew Brees looked bad on Monday night.
I want to see him bring in Jameis. Let him run the offense. I want to see it.
All right.
Corrected eye vision Jameis. I don't care. Saints are going to win the game, guys.
So then we're going.
Payne will figure it out.
So now we're going on to the Monday night game, which how about this? This is the way I'll do it. Okay, and I'll drop this right now. If Sunday night is good viewership, good everything across the board is good for that game, I'll do Monday night too. How about that? Monday night, Chiefs Ravens. You guys don't. I don't need to say what team I'm picking. We already know.
Rob, you go first.
Ravens.
Rob,
it's gonna be a good game, man.
It really is. That's
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
But Rob, you know as well as I do, defense wins championships.
Yeah, and
I
think the Chiefs have a better one.
Oh wait, but guess what? We're not playing for the championship. This is just regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs.
Rob, score.
Oh, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be 38, 34, 44, 43, somewhere in that realm.
38, 34. That was the first thing I heard.
Because he knows more about the Ravens probably than us, so I want to hear his tidbits last. I just want to say that I would have picked the Ravens to win this game if the Chiefs did not get stymied last week. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and that offense will figure it out. I mean, yes, they are going against probably the best defense in the league. Probably. but the Chiefs are no slouch themselves on defense. So I think the Chiefs are going to be able to limit Lamar. But it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game, and we can't argue that. But I think the Chiefs are going to squeak it out in this one. Like I said, just because I've never seen their offense be stymied, and they won't let it happen 2 weeks ago. They just won't. Unfortunately, because I played Patrick Mahomes in every league this week and in fantasy. So
that's unfortunate. That's fucking unfortunate.
So,
Rob?
I'm kind of with Jeff on this. I just don't think you can stop that team 2 weeks in a row like that. And I think Pat Mahomes has more playmakers than Lamar Jackson does. That simple.
Yeah. Like I said it earlier when we did the Chargers. I don't know if the Chiefs weren't ready for Herbert or if the Chargers actually like pushed them to their limits in that game or not. So that was that's my thing on the Chiefs side. On the Ravens, the one thing that you guys probably don't know is that we just lost Tavon Young, and Tavon Young has actually been our third corner, not Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith has been playing corner every now and then, but playing a little bit of safety too. So not having Tavon, who's played pretty well until he got injured, against a team that likes to go 3-4 wide, and huck the ball around and have some fun, I think that's going to really hurt. This is going to be a good game. I'm not going to lie. I picked the Ravens. I'm a Ravens fan. That's the reason why I picked the Ravens. This is going to be a hell of a fucking game. And it goes back to the other thing that I've said before. Yes, can you stop the Chiefs' offense twice in 2 weeks? We don't know because we've never fucking seen it, right? Especially with Mahomes in it. But then the other thing, and I've said it before, is you can't stop Lamar. You can either stop him throwing, or you can stop him running. But no team really yet has stopped him. And I think that we're just.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills did last week or last year. Come on.
Last week.
Come on.
No, I mean, like we all said, this is gonna be a hell of a game. I don't know. Other than me being a Ravens fan, I just do feel like the Ravens are gonna win this. I think our defense has been playing stellar this year.
Question for you though. Yep. This is for both of you, just something that kind of goes in. Do you think condition is going to come into this game for the Ravens?
Conditioning?
The Ravens have not played a full game with their starters yet. They were able to rest starters against. Why am I blanking here? First week.
Browns.
The Browns. Okay, they're resting starters against the Browns. They were up so big. They were able to rest Lamar Jackson. Didn't have to have him do so much.
Yeah, but that was so. Okay, so they rested Lamar with 3 minutes left against the Browns. They didn't rest Lamar last week. Lamar played the whole game last week.
You can say he's playing the whole game. I understand what you're saying, but it's a difference when you're playing in a 30-6 game.
Oh,
or
true.
30-10
true.
game.
I mean, I will. Yes, I will agree with you there.
Conditioning that way, even on the offensive line. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to take it, but it happens.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's gonna be one of those things. That is gonna play into it. And like I said, I'm literally picking the Ravens because I'm a Ravens fan. I think this is going to be a great game. I think this is just going to be a fun joy to watch. The thing is, though, is that I'm actually going to go with the opposite of Rob, and I'm going to say this is actually going to be a low-scoring game.
Really? Okay.
I'm going to say that it's going to be one of those weird ones where suddenly the defenses have kind of both been like, okay, this is what we're doing. Because remember, we played last year. So I don't.
Game last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's other than me being a Ravens fan, I think this will be one of the best games this week. There's a few games this week that are
There's I was gonna say there's a couple games this week. This is a primo week for things,
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's the. Like I said, I think the biggest thing that's going to hurt Baltimore, though, will be the fact of not having Tavon Young, which I think is just going to be a weird one that a lot of people don't know about. I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
Because like you said, that is tough for a team that spreads it out.
Because of course we lose Earl Thomas, and Deshaun Elliott's been playing, and we have had some throws last week. Brandon Cooks last week kind of hit us deep a few times, right? But I think that if we can get Jimmy Smith out there full time, which that's part of the conditioning right there, right? That you get Marcus Peters, and then you get Marlon Humphrey, and you just kind of say, okay, look, you're stopping this guy, you're stopping this guy, you're stopping this guy. I don't know. It's going to be a good one.
It's definitely. I mean, Sunday night's going to be a good one. I really think so. I mean,
Yep.
Monday night's going to be a good one. There's games you can pick throughout the day on Sunday that are going to be good. I mean, the Rams and Bills. I mean, that's just not just picking that because of us, but I mean, it's a solid slate of games. Patriots, Vegas, Seahawks, Cowboys still is going to be a good game. Like it's be some solid games.
All right, that's the full week, and now the surprise for everybody. I think, Jeff, this might also be a surprise for you, because I think me and Rob were talking about it when you left.
I know it all.
Do you?
Oh, we'll find out.
All right. So, as all of us know here, Scratchy is a coach. He is the head coach. Scratchy's team plays on Friday. We're gonna watch the game live on stream Friday night. You guys are all welcome to watch with me.
It's gonna be
I'm still waiting for my schedule, Rob.
It's actually, Jeff, the oldest high school football rivalry in New England. Manchester Central versus Manchester Memorial.
There we go.
You would think it'd be a long time, but it's only been 78 years.
And that's not the longest running one, Rob. Sorry to tell you that.
I'm telling you, that's what, according to Max Preps, it is.
Okay. L.I. St. J is over 100, I think it's at 110 now.
I agree, because my rivalry in high school is also like 120. It makes no sense. But that's what it said in the article, so I'm going with it.
Fair enough. Rob's just reading how it is. Yeah, so it's going to be
Academy and New London High School in Connecticut. Series began in 1875.
Hey, did you Google? Because if you Google, you're going to find about 20 that are longer than 78 years. It's insane, dude.
At least. Dude, I mean, these are all going back to the 1800s, but
now, I wonder, is that like the longest running one in New Hampshire? Maybe that's what they were trying to say, but they didn't say it like that.
It may not even be. It honestly may not even be. It may not even have been longest. It may have been just
Dover.
They may have said it was one of the best. They may have said it's one of the best rivalries. Maybe
Dover.
I don't know.
Either
Either way.
But anyways,
I know a guy from Dover.
Yeah, we know a guy from Dover. Yeah. Big beard, right?
Big beard.
Big old beard.
Motherfucker. Shout out John Jared, that is.
Yeah, so like I said, everybody, we're gonna live stream that fucking thing, and I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble or not, but fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. I don't know why we would, but
I don't think Manchester Public Television's gonna come after you, dude.
Yeah,
I'll report you.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me that Jeff's going to report me. But well, I guess I'm not going to ask you to be my co-host then for it. But but yeah, so that's the surprise. That's what we're doing Friday night here. So we got Friday night. We're going to be watching that. Sunday night, we got the play-by-play of the Packers and Saints. If that's a good stream, we're going to do the Chiefs and Ravens. All sorts of craziness coming down this week. Hope you guys have all enjoyed this. And by the way, before we end this, Rob, you and me talked about something last week, and we never actually did it at the beginning of this. We kind of fucked up. Jeff, Super Bowl. What's it doing? What'd it do?
Oh yeah, who are your two picks?
What?
Yep.
You gotta pick.
We did it last week. Yep, we did it last week.
And a winner?
Rob, I'm going to tell you right now, I forgot what my picks were.
So I can change them each week then?
I did too.
Say here. Because me and Rob have hit too many people in the head. We're both going to pick ours right now. I'm going Ravens, Seahawks. Ravens win in overtime. Long read option.
I remember mine now.
That's what I'm doing. Ravens, Seahawks. Ravens win in overtime. Long read option. Run. Lamar takes it off.
I went Packers Bills, and I said the Packers would win.
Yep, I do remember that.
Wow, hate you both. So, can I change these?
No, this is it now. We're like here.
Pick them, you're locked.
Yep.
Oh, this is solid in?
Yep.
We'll obviously revisit it come playoff time, but...
Come on, guys, you gotta let me know this is gonna happen.
Rob dropped it on me last week, bro. At the end of the podcast, Rob literally was just like, "Oh, by the way, we didn't do this, so let's do this right now." And then we're forced Jeff to do it straight away the next week.
Yeah, F off. Thanks, guys.
You should be happy we waited till the end.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it, to be 100% honest with you. So,
we're gonna go with Packers-Chiefs.
Ooh, I like the Packers pick.
All right, yeah.
Guy's got no faith in his Bills. Jesus.
And Bills losing the AFC Championship. We're gonna have to go to Arrowhead, and it's gonna be the first game that they let full stands back in, guys.
Oh.
And Arrowhead's gonna go fucking crazy.
So that's your seat.
Losing the Super Bowl to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers MVP retires after the game.
Oh.
I think the Bills actually get the number 1 seed in the AFC.
That would be freaking phenomenal. We'll find out in a couple weeks when we play the Chiefs.
Yeah. Shit. All right, there we go. There's our Super Bowl picks locked in. There's a week 2 review, week 3 preview, the upcoming weekends preview, and yeah, that's all we got for today. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. Depending on where you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Stay out of trouble, stay safe, and we here, we'll talk to you all later.
This guy.
Bye.
Bye.